Shannon, will Tom Brady care about what two rookies have to say?
Still,
Lord have mercy.
he won't say it, but Tom Brady captures everything. Remember when he won the Super Bowl, then he put out everything that somebody like myself had to say in a negative way? He replayed it.
He did.
Coach Belichick pretends like he don't hear anything, but you guys keep saying this, you guys keep saying this.
That's what he said
They
the other
hear
day.
everything.
Yep. Tom Brady hears every word that comes out of Shannon Sharp's mouth.
He hears every word that comes out of everybody's mouth that's negative, that has something negative to say about him.
Yep.
And I have no problem with that, Skip. But here's the thing that I have a problem with the defensive tackle. Tom Brady has never been mobile. Everybody knows you get pressure in his face, you get him off his spot. That's the way to do it. That's a lot easier said than done.
Okay, but you could see the first Eli Super Bowl, and that's what they did.
But Skip,
they had 4 studs in that offense.
Right.
They had Hall of Fame quality across the line, right?
And the Cowboys don't have that.
They do not.
But anyway, Skip, it's a lot easier said than this. Like when somebody said, scouts around the league said the league might be catching up with Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Okay, we know Lamar. Force him to pass the football.
Okay.
That's a lot easier said than done. You haven't been able to do it in the last 2 years.
Agreed.
We know it, Tom. Tom has never been mobile. You think he's faster now in year 22 than he was in year 5, year 6, year 10? Of course not. It's a lot easier said than done. And Michael Parsons said, we're going to go weapon on weapon. What weapon y'all got? Y'all ain't got no Jalen Ramsey. Y'all don't got no Aaron Donald, no Khalil Mack.
Best question you've ever asked on Undisputed. You just asked. What weapons? On defense, because you're talking about defensive weapons,
That's
right?
because he said we're going to have to go weapon on weapon.
Yes.
I'm looking at y'all defense. I'm like,
weapons?
Where? Who? Doing what?
See who outlasts the other weapon? Really? Which?
But Skip,
Micah could be a weapon, playing his first game as a rookie.
I know you're not surprised by this. You know why? Because they get it from their owner. Because all he does is talk. All this team does is talk. And somehow they think you can talk your way to a championship. You think you're being on Hard Knocks and everybody, you doing all this and that keying.
Yep.
You don't win like that. Guess what? All Tampa do, 100% vaccinated, staff, players, everybody.
Yep.
Anyway, all they do is keep their head down.
They do. They
butt
don't
up,
say a word.
Ears open.
Yep. Go play. Yep.
That's all they do.
All they did all last year.
Somehow a guy I've never heard of is talking about, oh, Tom Brady, he's gotten a little older. Okay, we're going to see. Because there have been very few teams over the course of this man's career that could get him off that spot and take advantage of his lack of mobility. Good luck for you Cowboys, because you don't possess a front four that can go get after him like the Rams had, like the Giants had in those Super Bowls. That the Ravens, when they played them in the playoffs. You got to have 4 without sacrificing your back end. We're going to see all this talking.
Remember what T. Sizzle used to do to Tom Brady?
Yes. You got to. Had Haloti Nada collapse in the pocket from the inside. We're going to see. Cowboys, y'all doing a lot of talking, but I'm not surprised.
Okay. I am surprised.
Why?
I'm going to blame the coaching staff for this, because these kids are just being full of themselves kids, and they're caught up in Hard Knocks, and we're Dallas Cowboys, and we play for America's team, and we can say whatever the hell we want to say because we can back it up.
Okay.
They've done nothing, obviously, except appear on Hard Knocks. Okay, this was the time for the coaching staff to head this off at the pass. Preemptive strike here to call the team together. This is Mike McCarthy telling the team, we know he can't motivate them for a preseason game, but you need to explain, we're about to play the greatest quarterback ever. And his psyche is such that it's like Michael Jordan's psyche. He's looking for the littlest tidbit to fuel his fire. And it doesn't look like he has a lot of fire in him until you get in the middle of a Super Bowl when Psycho Tom comes out and he's screaming in the face and pointing in the face of Tyrann Mathieu. Remember that?
Yeah.
The back and forth. It was like, what are you doing?
Right.
He was furious. I didn't even know what was said. Michael Irvin said he heard the actual audio of it, and it didn't go over the edge. But you know how Tom gets. He just goes a little nuts because he is a competitive you-know-what.
Right.
And remember, he went down and lit up Honey Badger with AB on the little route in the end zone because I'm going to get you.
Right.
I'm going to get back.
Because I think Honey Badger made a play on the play before and said, don't try me. I don't know why you tried. And Tom Brady called the play and said, look, I want you to go right.
You started, I'm going to finish it. And he went and finished it. You need to explain to the kids that you do not tug on this Superman's cape because he may not look like Superman and he may seem like he's 44 years of age. And when you watch him on social media, he seems like the lame, cliched, goofy, you know, sort of corny guy next door, dad next door, right? He is not that guy when it comes time to play. And he is looking for the slightest slight. I'm talking about the little bit of piece that you toss in front of him to say, okay, watch this. Because they need to be motivated for a team that clearly it was just a bad team last year, right?
Skip, what you're asking Mike McCarthy to do is that you do that even before this week's practice starts.
That's what I'm saying.
You go early on and say, look, guys.
You have to see it coming because they have one prayer going to Tampa Bay. I've told you, this is a mismatch because Dak and Zeke played zero football, and to your point, Dak has played zero football. It's almost a year. What? You can't throw them into that fire against that team, which still has something to prove because some people think it was a little bit of an aberration. Oh, Kansas City's offensive line was a shambles last year in the Super Bowl. That's what you said. A lot of people believe that. So you got lucky, Bucks. Well, watch this, right? The only way to go in there is to go in on your tiptoes. You need to sneak in there without a peek and hope that you can catch them a little bit off guard, maybe with some different defensive packages. I don't know. You could throw some things at them that they may not be thinking about, and maybe you can come out with a little bit of intensity they're not quite ready for. The only way to do this is to lay in the weeds and hope you shock them, surprise attack them.
But here's the problem that they're up against. I guarantee you Tom Brady has a book against Dan Quinn. Now, he played him twice last year, skipping Atlanta. He played him when he was in Seattle.
Did he?
Tom Brady got a book. Peyton Manning used to keep a book on every defensive coordinator.
Well, you got it, and you know this guy's going to keep on.
So you think you're going to come out there and show him something that he hadn't seen? Good luck with that.
And good luck with, you know, I told you, I wanted Patrick Surtain. I'm happy with Micah. But the point is, Anthony Brown is now my starting, whichever way you look, right cornerback, right? And Trevon Diggs is known to gamble, okay? Well, Tom's up there licking his chops right now thinking, I can do that to him, because Tom has got, you want to talk about weapons? They are loaded with
gonna catch 10 passes.
He well might catch 10.
Because who you got to cover the slot?
A little Jordan Lewis.
Okay, good luck with that.
He's not bad, but
he ain't going to be able to with AB.
I got it.
Because all things being equal, AB is his favorite receiver.
Okay, so you don't know this kid. I've watched him closely because he's a third-round pick out of UCLA, Osa Odigizua, okay? And remember the name because I think he's going to be pretty good. I'm not going to say he's going to make a Pro Bowl, but he is a high-motor kid, and he's getting a shot because Neville Gallimore got his elbow hyperextended. He's gone for, who knows, 4 or 6 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, that was the only injury they suffered in the preseason, mainly because they played next to nobody. They didn't play nobody in the preseason except against the Rams in a joint practice scrimmage that you can kind of control. So all of a sudden, the third-rounder, Osa, gets a shot, and he is one of those. He's got a little slither to him inside, a little Russell Maryland, but he is high motor, high energy, and he's just disruptive in the middle of the defense.
Would need to be.
He does it on energy and emotion, and all of a sudden, he just blurts out about Tom Brady, you know, any weakness you see? Well, this is like, careful. You know, this is where the coach should have headed it off the pass by saying, hey, you guys, don't take the bait. The reporter's going to ask you questions. Just don't take the bait. Don't
just take the high road.
Don't fall into the trap. You've been there a million times. You know when you can say something and you know when not to say something. And all of a sudden, he just blurts out, he's not very mobile. Okay, we get that, but you don't need to say that. He is the unquestioned GOAT of this game, the greatest quarterback ever, and he goes on to say, he's been doing this for 21 years. Dude is a little older, not too mobile, so I'd say that's probably what it is. You can't say that. And then he's talking about getting him off his spot, so we got to be good. Okay, that's just cliche talk that you don't need to push his button with. And he concludes that let me get over to this page. He's not too worried about what I'm saying, says Osa. He's obviously going to be aware of it, but he's been doing this for a while. People say this, that, and the third. but he's been doing this for a while, you know? No, you don't get it.
Yeah.
He's been doing it to people like you because of what you say before games.
Did you not see? He put together a clip after he won the Super Bowl of everybody that doubted him in the 2020 season, and he had each one what they said. So he hear it. If he doesn't hear it, guess what?
Yep.
He got people that did hear it, and they're going to get the clip. Remember in Pittsburgh? Oh, we're going to beat them. And guess what he does? They run the flea flicker, he throws a touchdown, he runs all the way down the field. That was the fastest I've seen Tom Brady run in 21 years.
I agree.
He booked it down the field, got in the guy's face.
Yep.
How you like that?
Got right in his face.
Yes.
Do it to Randy Moss.
But that's the thing. I look, this is not who the Cowboys are. Skip, I've been on TV. The Ravens, we talk. That's what we did. That's who we were. That's not who you are. Because guess what? We had an outstanding defense. I was the only one talking on offense, but I had a defense that could back it up. Anything that I said, good luck getting 10 points that day.
Yep. Okay.
That's not what you are. Guys, you gave it the second most points in your franchise history last year. Ain't a whole lot changed now. Okay, you got a different DC, but you still got those same players. We're going to see. I want to see the weapons because I saw the Bucs, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Tom Brady, and Christian Wirfs. They got 4 guys made the top 100. How many Cowboys